monster? What if I'm in the wrong? What if I'm the problem that's been hiding all along? What if I'm the one who killed you every time I cave to guilt? What if I've been far too kind to foes, but a monster to ourselves? What if I'm the monster?
I am the monster, rah rah rah. I am the monster, rah rah rah. I am the monster, I am the monster, I am the monster, rah rah rah.
What if I'm the monster? What if I'm in the wrong? What if I'm the problem that's been hiding all along? What if I'm the one who killed you every time I cave to guilt? What if I've been far too kind to foes, but a monster to ourselves? What if I'm the monster?
I am the prophet with the answers you seek. Time, I've unlocked it. I see past and future running free. There is a world where I help you get home, but that's not a world I know.
What?
I see a song of past romance. I see the sacrifice of man. I see portrayals of betrayal and a brother's final stand. I see you on the brink of death. I see you try your final breath. I see a man who gets to make it home alive, but it's no longer.
What if I'm the monster? What if I'm in the wrong? What if I'm the problem that's been hiding all along? What if I'm the one who killed you every time I cave to guilt? What if I've been far too kind to foes, but a monster to ourselves? What if I'm the monster?
Our story begins with the Troy Saga, Song 1, The Horse and the Infant. Odysseus and the Greeks are sacking the city of Troy after a 10-year-long war. But then Odysseus has a vision of someone stabbing him. Zeus, the king of the gods, descends from the heavens and shows Odysseus the baby son of the prince of Troy. And he says that the baby's going to grow up and take revenge on the families of everybody who was involved with the sacking of Troy, including Odysseus' family. And so Zeus is like, look, man, you gotta get rid of him. And Odysseus is like, I hear you, but I would literally do anything else if possible. But Zeus is like, nah, man, sorry, you gotta do it. I don't make the rules. I mean, I do, but Song 2, Just a Man. Odysseus doesn't want to end the baby, and so he contemplates what makes a man versus a monster. And the end of the song is kind of ambiguous as to whether Odysseus spares the infant or not. Song 3, Full Speed Ahead. We meet the crew. But sadly, they're out of food, and Odysseus doesn't really want to raid any more cities. So instead, he finds a nearby island, and he takes Polites with him to do some solo recon. Song 4, Open Arms. Polites is like, yo, I know you're feeling guilty because of whatever you did in the war. However, I think you should greet the world with open arms, and that'll make you feel less guilty. And then they meet the Lotus Eaters. So Odysseus is like, yo, stay back. But Polites is like, whoa, what did I just say about open arms? Relax. And so the Lotus Eaters give them food, but Odysseus is like, wait, no, Polites, don't eat that. It's actually lotus fruit. It's bad for you. But then Polites is like, all right, let me try this again. Hey, Lotus Eaters, where else can I get some food? And the Lotus Eaters are like, oh, yo, there is a cave nearby. It's a cave with tons of food in it, and there's nothing sketchy about it, and it's definitely not the home of a Cyclops. So Polites is like, see, open arms. This is what we get. And Odysseus is like, yeah, okay, fine, open arms. Song 5, Warrior of the Mind. Athena pops into Odysseus' head and is like, yo, that's not very warrior of you. Allow me to take you into a flashback that is also exposition for the audience so that you are reminded what kind of person, what kind of warrior you're supposed to be. And then she's like, all right, now don't disappoint me.
So hello everyone, this is Gwendy from NS2D Studios, and I think everyone just came from Jay's live stream. I actually heard the entirety of the saga 12 hours ago because it actually premiered in my country 12 hours ago. So I was actually about to sleep last night, and then I was checking my phone because, as you do, you always check your phone before you sleep. I noticed, like, why is the Underworld Saga online? I was like, and I clicked, and I thought it was like, oh, maybe this is just some clips, and then, oh my god, this is legit. And I pretty much, like, I bombarded my cousin, who is like a huge Epic the Musical fan. I bombarded her with texts and like, girl, you have to be online, like, the saga just dropped, and she didn't arrive online until a bit later, and I still haven't called her, by the way, so I still have to call her. So I'm very much reeling still, even 12 hours later. I'm still reeling from everything that occurred in the Underworld Saga. Like, by far, I mean, I always say this with a new saga, but by far this is my favorite saga. Even though it only has 3 songs, but oh my god, it's wow. Like it's beyond anything that I ever expected. And by the way, you guys, if you have not yet listened to any of the songs, just be aware this is a spoiler. This is not a spoiler-free live stream. This is a spoilerific live stream. So we will be talking spoilers. I will be talking spoilers. Yeah, it's a pretty crazy set of songs, you're right. And I am super excited to continue creating this animatic, which I already started. This is for No Longer You. And my next animatic plan for Underworld Saga is definitely Underworld. It's by far my favorite. It's just by far my favorite. A while back, I actually mentioned that I'm not gonna do Monster because I feel like people are just gonna animatic that to death. Like, people are just gonna be making animatics of Monster left and right. But now I realize, oh my god, people are gonna make Underworld animatics left and right. So, but man, like I was not expecting the emotional damage that the song Underworld would actually give. Like, I was not expecting that at all. I mean, we all know from the previous previews that Jay presented that we will be hearing the infant's lullaby. But who had to be next? Oh my gosh, people are gonna be making animatics of every song. Yeah, for sure. But I already have like an idea about how I'm gonna do Underworld. So I'm pretty stoked about that. So let me show you guys what I have so far. I think I already showed you with I already posted No Longer You, the preview of No Longer You. That's a lot of things. Okay, some things, just minor things, are gonna change. We won't see the shot of Odysseus' feet scurrying, walking into the cave further into the underworld cave or something. So because the music doesn't go back that far. So here is where I left off. Hold on. It's lagging right now. So I'm only up until this part of the animatic, but I plan to cross over animatic my goodbye with the big bad Gravity Falls and Tangle series. Unfortunately, I'm not familiar with Gravity Falls. People have been like, my friends have been trying to get me to watch. Also, the Tangled series comes highly recommended as well to me. So yeah. But there's a lot of OC animatics. I'm pretty sure that's gonna come out from this. It's just awesome, man. It's just really great. It's just really great. So I'm gonna continue with this one. We're probably gonna be. I don't know if I can actually play the music in the background. I mean, I don't want to be like struck with copyright or something. So okay, hold on. Let me just scroll back here. The background is actually from my animatic for Odysseus or King. They're both the one NCs from Disney shows, and I have a kind of one of the that well, crossovers are pretty cool. Hold on. It's great how people can combine fandoms. Ooh. Ooh. Hey Wolf, welcome. So I'm still trying to I will never be over this saga, to be honest. Like there was like Jay really kept it under wraps. That's my son saying hello, because he knows like whenever I do live epic live streams is that he's trying to do the Hermes laugh actually. I love you. Say hello.
Hello.
Yes, Zone Robotnik, that is my toddler son. He is a staple in my live streams actually. He's gonna be turning 3 this year, so he's just he's very talkative, but I have to like decipher what he's trying to say. He's still not at that stage where he can communicate very well, but he's very, very talkative. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this right now. Oh, I did. That's why we're doing this spoiler live stream. You guys are feel free to like talk any spoilers at all. I listened to this 12 hours ago because it dropped in my country 12 hours ahead of time. So it was crazy because I really was about to sleep, and then I checked my phone and it was like, why is this here? Did Jay make a mistake? Did he drop this by accident? I was like, how come there are only a few hundred views? So like it's crazy, man. Oh my gosh, I still can't believe it. Oh yeah, I bawled when I heard Polites. I was expecting like, okay, we're probably gonna hear a baby cry or something because the infant was mentioned. So and then suddenly it's Polites. Oh my god! I was like, no, I can't. Seriously, I can't.
I was more affected by the mom.
And then also, Jay's mom actually voices Odysseus's mom in here. So that's another level of emotional damage that it should. Like, gosh. I'm sorry if you heard the baby cry, I would have cried. Yes. I think that would have actually have wrecked all of us. So that's why I feel like it would have been too much. And it would have just emotionally wrecked all of us. And I feel like that might be why Jay did not do it. Yeah, watch it just a man because people draw the baby too cute in the end. As a mother myself, I can't do just a man. At least for now, I don't have the courage to do it because my son is still very young, and you know, I just can't.
Correlate.
I might probably like do it because it's pretty ambiguous what happens to the baby. So there's always the option to do fade to black, but yeah. When Policy in the mom popped up, I low-key screamed and started sobbing. My mom came over like, dude, what's wrong? My husband was awake when I listened to it. It was like, and he didn't know what I was listening to because I was wearing my headphones. And I was like, and I was saying like, Policies! And he was like, he was looking at me funny. And I didn't want to share it yet. It wasn't until after I listened to all of the songs myself that I turned on the speakers and then we listened to it together and stuff. I just showed the drop, but so many people do. Oh, I wouldn't know because I barely watch any of the Just a Man animatics because of the fact that I'm a mother and I don't think I can take watching the baby dropped. Yuli, welcome back to the live stream. It's been a while. Yuli is a frequent viewer of my live stream. So welcome back, Yuli.
I go on more.
So we're just doing yeah. Okay, I tend to over animate when it comes to my animatics when I really shouldn't, to be honest. But I think it comes with the territory of being a in-between artist. So I just can't stand not animating as much as I possibly can. So yeah. Thank you. I do this for, well, I don't do it for regular work. I don't do it regularly, but I do animate professionally. But I'm not a veteran yet. Also, I gotta thank my cousin for really getting me into the fandom because if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't be doing this and I probably wouldn't be in this awesome community. And it's been great. It's been great. I don't know how you would do Fight Little Wolf. That's one of my favorites. It's not even done. I have a few ideas about what to do with Fight Little Wolf. But I need more context. I need more context. I need more context about how the scene goes, why exactly is Antinous hunting down Telemachus. Because without that context, I don't think I'll be able to do the animatic justice. I'm doing great, Yuli. I'm just still emotionally damaged from the Underworld Saga. I was like, I don't think any of us were prepared. Jay really kept his cards close to his chest. Like, he did not do like a lot of the parts in Monster was already revealed to a lot of us. So I felt like Monster wasn't really new, but oh my gosh, Underworld and No Longer You was like, wow. I just have no words. I think they messed up song and Epic has to be that it didn't hold them down and Fight Little Wolf. I think it's probably Hold Them Down. Like it's I honestly I don't think I'll be able to animate that. It's just no. It's too much. Oh my gosh. And now that we have better context when it comes to the Underworld Saga, I'll be able to make I feel like I'll be able to do this animatic justice now. So that's why we're doing this. Because initially I had planned for this release to be in May. But now I really want to do it as soon as possible. You know? I really want to get this out into the world as soon as possible. Okay, let me see. 1, 2, 3. Also, the reason why we're not having music in the background is because I don't want to be copyright struck again. I keep getting not exactly copyright strikes, more like copyright claims. I don't want to get copyright or flagged rather. I don't want to get flagged again. I keep getting flagged, even though the music that I chose is supposedly DMCA free. What program do I use? I use Clip Studio Paint EX. I use it for both my comics and my animations, and of course Animatics, because it's a really powerful software. I've been using it for years, even before they were called Clip Studio Paint. So yeah, it's something that I really enjoy using, and I use it like on the daily. I'm doing the auditions after the Underworld Saga, bro. I feel like I just came back from the Underworld after listening to that.
More?
Same. Like, seriously. I have no words. Like, I could have a lot of, like, descriptions, but I feel like my words would just not do it justice, you know? Is that a Windows PC program? I keep hearing about it, but all really good ones I see are Apple exclusive. It is actually an Apple and a Windows available software. Yeah, and they have a summer sales from time to time. I got my license. It's a perpetual license, so I have it forever, and I got it on at a 50% discount. The EX version is actually the more expensive version, so like I think I got it for $100, or otherwise it would have been like too much, and I wouldn't have been able to afford it. Hold on, I need to. There's like 3 of these things that I need to animate. Fire Alpaca and Sony Vegas. Oh, I use Sony Vegas. I actually use Sony Vegas. But I use it for just for stitching my clips. Yeah. Because sometimes the timing isn't right. So I need to fix it in either After Effects or Sony Vegas. The soul behind the dishes is like the Windows. What's up? Kind of like it. Okay, let me see. Let me just play this one for a bit. Let's see how this goes. Oh, sorry, I was on mute. Shit. Damn it. So let me just go. Thanks for letting me know. Let's go back to what I was saying. So I was saying to Diamond, yes, I was crying when Polytees showed up. I did not expect him to show up. I think a lot of people actually expected it. I feel like it's just that I feel like a lot of us didn't expect how much of an impact it would have. Like him singing Open Arms with that the reverb and the echo. I was like, oh my gosh. And the mom, my husband kept telling me, because my husband is into Greek mythology, he knows more about this stuff than I do, and he's like, I'm telling you, Odysseus' mom is gonna show up. And I'm like, I don't see why she would. Like, she was never mentioned before, well, except for, yeah, I feel like she was mentioned, but I feel like Odysseus must have, like, maybe Tiresias would be the one to tell Odysseus that, oh, your mom died, or something. So I thought, I never thought that his mom would show up. But I looked up the myths, and she does actually show up. And also, it was a double whammy, right? Like, first it was Politis, and then suddenly we got his mom. Like, oh my gosh. Hi, Jacob. Yes, totally made me cry as well. And I thought I was already bawling when I heard Politis. And I'm a mama's girl, so when his mom sang, I was like, oh my god, I don't think I'll be able to take this. Ugh.
and then he did the broken little boy.
And yeah, his mom, he sounded like a little boy. He sounded a little heartbroken, like when he realized that, oh my god, my mom is dead. It's like, I took too long. Oh my god, I have literal tears in my eyes right now. Okay, guys, I literally have tears in my eyes right now. Yeah, we understand now what Aphrodite was talking about. Like, I feel like Aphrodite must have, like, seen my son is counting the the chat rate in YouTube studio. Oh, I know you're counting. Yeah, I know, right? I feel so bad for him. Like, yeah, I know. It was just so sad. Like, I did not expect this. I mean, I expected this saga to hit hard. I did not expect to cry. Like, oh my god, Jay! What did you do? What are you doing to us? I totally did not expect to cry like this. Oh my gosh. Like, seriously. Okay, there's supposed to be 3 of these things. So, emotional damage. Phoenix, hi! Welcome to the live stream. So I'm still not over it. I don't think I'll be over it for a very, very long time. And the fact that
come here, don't bother mommy.
Can you go to daddy, please?
No.
Please go to daddy, please. Go to daddy.
Come here.
Hold on.
Water.
That's not water, that's coffee. Oh my god, that's mommy's coffee.
Come here.
If this is the way Act 1 finished, I don't know how I'm going to emotionally ready for the. Oh my god. Yes, Jacob. Especially, would you fall in love with me again if you know all I've done? Oh my gosh. I'm not ready. But yes, I am. I actually am ready. I'm not ready.
More? I got noodles.
Yeah, no longer you.
One sec.
Oh my god, jealous Odysseus is my jam. Like, whoo! Dude, it's you. It's you. It's you, but it's no longer you.
Other self.
Oh my god, I love it so much. Like, I just love it so much. Oh yes, like. Speaking of screaming, Leon, I feel like a lot of the screaming was in the Underworld. I was expecting most of the high notes to be in the Monster, but no, like, Odysseus was really screaming after he said, "Bye, Mom." And then he was screaming, singing. I love it. I love it so much. And yeah, going back to No Longer You, I'm really excited to animate that part. I already have an idea, like, how I'm going to be, how I'm gonna showcase, like, when he says, "Whoo!" So I'm gonna let you guys know about how I am gonna do it. So let's just play this again for a while. I know I'm replaying it, I'm sorry, but it's what I do as an animator. I have to replay my work. Here it is. Woo! I love that so much. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. Jealous Odysseus was not in my 2024 bingo card, okay? But I'm glad it's there. Alright, so I get what you mean when I have to go back over. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Leon. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Like, majority of my comments, actually the hairstyle is based off of one of the videos that I saw of Jay when he had like really long hair and really a really thick beard. So that's where I got my, because I don't want my design of Odysseus to be the same as others. I wanted it to be different, and I thought, no one is really doing Odysseus with longer hair. So that's what I did, and the thing, the end result is some people who don't know Epic would be like, is that Jesus? Oh, goodness. So let me see. Let me just... Also, I feel like his hair would be matted. You know, I'm actually trying to depict his hair as matted because he's out at sea for a very long time. I doubt hygiene was his top priority. So that's pretty much why his hair is like in chunks like that. Jealous Jesus. Hey, jealous is jealous is Jesus. Jesus is jealous. Yeah. Oh, this just Jesus rhymes. Yeah, oh yeah, they're missing out. They're totally missing out. So I'm just going to... this is way too long. So I think I need to increase the... oops. I think I need to increase the frame rate and the number of frames in between because it's not timing correctly.
More? No more?
People who don't know Epic are missing out. And also, did y'all catch the silhouette
More
of
or no
Ares,
more?
God of War, at the end of No Longer? Wait, what? Oh wait, was that Ares? The one that I feel like that was the one in the blue flames. I feel like that in my opinion, Diamond, that's actually a representation of the monster Odysseus. I feel like I don't know. I could be wrong. He married a god like Jesus. It actually makes more sense to me that it's the monster that Odysseus becomes. I feel like that's my interpretation of it. Oh no, I made a mistake. Hold on. Crap. Okay, I made a mistake with something very minor. I'm just gonna fix it. I can fix it.
Want more?
Red Flames? Oh, okay, I might want to go ahead and see that later on. What was that song you were singing? Would You Still Love Me? Oh, that's spoiler alert, since, okay, this is a spoiler talk free stuff, so that's Would You Fall in Love with Me Again. Leon, that's Would You Fall in Love with Me Again. It's the final song of the saga. I believe it's song 40. And it's of course Odysseus singing to Penelope. Would you fall in love with me again if you know all I've done, the things something. I know that you've been waiting for love. That song is gonna break a lot of us. That song is...
Noodles, snap. Pancit?
Jorge only shows Odysseus' line, so we don't know how Penelope answers. But of course, if you know the myth, you know how she's gonna answer. Oh yes, definitely. He needs a big hug. Like, I swear to you guys, I will make the next animatic that I'm gonna be making. Actually, I have the challenge, which is Penelope's song, currently in the works, but I had to pause that because I wanted to do No Longer You. And then at the same time, I'm also doing the recap animatic for the recap that Jay provided. That Jay showed the entire saga recaps.
No more?
So I'm doing that. So many epic projects.
No more?
They will follow the original story in the aspect, and she'll say yes. Spoiler alert. Okay, I am 110% sure she will say yes. Recap of the recap. I find that was so funny, recap. And then every time he cuts himself off, that was deliberate. I am impatient for what am I impatient for? The next one. I will never not be impatient for the next one. That's always my answer. When's the next saga going out? Hold on. Okay, let me just play this for a little bit. Let's see how this is going. Okay, I think we're almost there. Okay, how many frames is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2. So many frames. This is already 13 drawings, you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like I said, I tend to over animate. Oh yeah, the recap is so good. I decided to make an animatic out of it. Oh, thank you, Diamond. I'll try to release it as soon as possible. Have a great night. I'm so eager to animate that, Leon. I am really eager. I already know what I'm gonna do, by the way, about that. I might, I already have a Hermes design, but I think this time around I'm gonna have him wear, that fur coat that Troy always wears, and then he snatches the flower from the coat. So yeah. Every saga has been upping upping the previous saga. I agree. So I can't even imagine how good the next sagas are gonna be. Hold on. Can't wait. Oh yeah. Can't wait to see Hermes as well. Hold on.
Alright, go on, come here.
Oh no. He's the little boy. He wants to be part of the live stream. He knows that I'm live streaming to people. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna okay, let me see. I need to count the frames. And because they're gonna be overwhelming. Odysseus over here. I saw a comment in the Discord that said Underworld Saga is only 3 songs, but it hits. Yes, 3 songs, but the feels, man, it's like, I can't. I can't. Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. I still can't get over that. Whoo! It's you, dude. It's you. Anyone got anything to play? I think we need. I think we're all gonna need some time to recover from this, like serious emotional damage. Let me see. Is it only what I expected for an act closing? It has 17 songs worth of build up. Yes, like I wasn't. My cousin was in the trenches because she became a fan very early on. I think when the Troy Saga was released, she became a fan, and then she had to wait like what was that, a year before the next saga came out. So And ever since the Troy Saga came out, she's been like telling me you have to like totally get into this musical because she and I both love musicals, and she was the one who got me into Hamilton, and I was putting it off, to be honest, and I wish I hadn't. I wish I hadn't put it off for so long. It wasn't until really the Cersei saga that I became like a huge fan of Epic. So I'm a little late in the game. But of course, the moment I became a fan, I'm like, I need to go. I need to go into this swinging. So the first thing I did as a fan was make an animatic. Hold on, let me just take a sip of my coffee. And I have to drink coffee because I barely slept. Like I mentioned earlier, the saga dropped in my country at 12 midnight. I did not sleep until around 6 in the morning, and I woke up at around 9:30, just in time for one of my client meetings. And so yeah, I only had like 3 hours of sleep. So, but I'm still wide awake. I'm still wide awake. Like that live stream with Jay, like shot caffeine straight into my veins. Stop, that song was so good for the Just a Man reprise. Like what? I really hope that when Odysseus and Penelope kiss for the first time in 30 years. Oh my gosh! If you look at the myths, they didn't just kiss. Of course, you can't show that Insta on stage. I actually recorded it, Leon. I screen recorded the live stream, but of course I can't post it, you know, out of respect. So I can't. I just kept it for my own sanity. His policies again.
Very scuffed though.
It was a scuffy stream though. Like Jay, was we thought Jay was late. He was like, so isn't it already 11:30? Why isn't he on yet? And then suddenly he showed up and he's like, guys, I'm sorry. I thought I was already streaming, and I've apparently been talking to no one for at least 3 minutes. It was so funny. Jason. I feel like this is just gonna be... It's a little too slow. Okay, I'm gonna add the other figures now.
No more?
SH20.
Huh? No more? No more.
Foreground.
Water. Okay, no water either. More for daddy.
Again, let me just scroll back a little bit. Oh, what? I'm going to oh, it's in Heathers, but I feel like Jay's gonna keep everything PG. Like if we look at the myths, their matrimonial bed was mentioned, so a long way between cycles and storming that was kind of good, but I'm so glad it's continuing. Yeah, there was a really long wait between sagas, but I'm glad there was actually one of people from a Discord server that I'm in mentioned that it's possible that we might be getting, if everything is, you know, all peachy and good, we might be getting one saga every 2 months, which means we will get the final saga in December. Because Jay seems to really love Christmas, so that's a possibility. I hope that's what's gonna happen, but I don't think I'm ready for Epic to end. Qualities. If this gets to be a stage show, how are you going? Odysseus sings in pretty much every song, and whoever is playing him will be dying and so out of breath. Oh, I don't know if you actually have watched his Discord Q&A. There was someone who recorded their Discord Q&A and posted it in YouTube. There's a lot of insight there on what they have planned. In fact, I am going to live stream that for you guys. So okay, so here's what we're gonna live stream right now. We are going to live stream the Q&A, so we'll be able to at least gather what else Jay has in store for the future of Epic the Musical. So let me just pull that up, and we can just talk about it as we are going. Okay, hold on. Let me just get that ready. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna get it ready. Okay, hold on. Where is it? Okay, okay. We're just gonna put that over. What the? Oh, why is it not moving? Oh, it's locked. Okay, so I'm just gonna move it over here. So yeah, we're gonna listen to it, and then just feel free to chat up, you guys. I'm just gonna be working on the animatic right here. Hold on. Can you guys hear it? Oh, hold on. Oh, I don't know why it's not. Why is it not? Okay, hold on. Let me just double check my audio here. I think there's something. Oh, okay. I see what's wrong. I see what's wrong. Okay, hold on.
Man, this is super exciting. Hello, everybody. This is our
There it is.
official Q&A with the Epic the Musical Discord. Before we begin, I just want to give a huge thanks to Hunter, Quinn, Kermit, Zoe.
By the way, guys, this is 2021. Okay, this is August 2021. So a lot of things might have changed, but I believe their plans for the future have barely changed. So let's go ahead and have a listen.
Aaron, Fable, Clara, Martina, and Idalia for being such amazing admins and interns for this Discord. You guys have been doing amazing stuff, and seriously, the community is thriving because of you guys. I really appreciate y'all. All right, so just a quick announcement for everybody.
Thanks,
I just wanna let
guys.
you guys know, feel free to ask anything that is related to Epic, whether it's about the writing process in general or about my Patreon that's going to be coming in soon, or even just personal questions like what are my favorite characters? Literally whatever you guys want to ask, as long as it is family friendly and related to Epic, I'm more than happy to answer. And I'll do my best to answer without giving spoilers for the show. Do any of the admins want to explain to everybody how they can submit questions and get into position to ask questions?
Okay, let me just fast forward this. I think this is just the part of the rules.
Amazing. I'll be here happily awaiting questions.
Alright, and we'll try our best to order the questions at there. Yeah, so I see we already have some questions, so
These are questions you can ask Jay or the staff in general as well.
All right, Jay, we got our first one, Q&A from Z. So she asked, what inspired the start of writing it?
The start of writing Epic? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I love this question. So, by the time, right before I started writing Epic, I knew that I wanted to write a very large-scale musical. A fun fact is that I was actually thinking about writing a musical about guardian angels, but I had so many different ideas for it, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to create an entirely new narrative or base it off of something else. So I was bouncing ideas off with a professor of mine at the University of Notre Dame, and I was mentioning like, oh, I know I want to write a musical that has oceans and pirates and monsters.
No
and
problem,
sword
Wolf
fights and
Moon. Thanks for
magic.
hanging out.
And at one point he mentioned
No
like,
problem,
oh,
no
well,
problem.
what about Iliad or the Odyssey?
Real life has to take precedent, you
And
know?
So at first I was a little skeptical, but then after doing some more research about it, and I remember having read the Odyssey in high school and middle school before, it just seems like it could really become a musical playground. One of the things I love most about writing Epic is that I feel like I can never go too big with the music, just because the source material is one of the oldest stories we have. The content of which is like the entire ocean and gods and monsters. It's so fun. And so yeah, I think one of the largest things.
Thanks,
that
Wolf
inspired me
Moon.
was
I'll have
I
more
just
live
wanted to
streams,
write a show
definitely.
that was very large in scale,
Thank you.
with a variety
You have
of
a great
movies that
day.
can be created in a musical playground. Yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Alrighty. We'll go for one more in chat, and then I'll let one of the people speak. So
Sweet.
Dizzy Tiger is wondering. Hi, I was wondering if we'll be getting a Penelope solo song, unless that's too spoilery.
Oh, this is a great question. So, to be completely honest, I've been deliberately reluctant to show all of my things for Penelope because I have a very special plan for her. What I can say is, yes, she will be singing. She will have songs.
Hey, Jaden. No, I did not waste any time. I'm continuing this.
One of the most beautiful moments in the entire show, and I'm very excited about it.
All right, I'm now going to let Acoustic, sorry if I butcher your name pronunciation, Acoustic Baki, I'm going to invite you to speak. Feel free to accept that and ask your question.
Yes, so I was wondering, have you watched any of the Odyssey movies, Jay?
Are you referring to like the 90s web series or?
Thank you, Jaden. I'll try to finish this real soon.
2018.
Oh, I haven't seen those. I'll definitely watch that after this. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Okay.
Perhaps we can
Thank you
organize
for the
a movie night.
recommendation.
We can maybe do a movie night some night watching those.
Oh, that would be so fun. That's a great idea.
Yeah, I'll organize that. All right, next up from Otto. They ask, any recommendations for someone looking to write a musical who doesn't have much composition experience?
Oh, okay. So, I genuinely believe from the bottom of my heart that YouTube is such a great teacher. A lot of the things that I learned in terms of like orchestration were actually from YouTube videos. Like for example, literally 5 months ago, I had no idea what an LFO was. Not 5 months ago. I think it was like 6 or 7. When I was writing the Cersei songs, I had no idea what an LFO was. And so I did some research on it because I was trying to find out more electronic sounds to add to the music, because the musical language of the Odyssey of Epic is such in which the more magical we get, the more electronic we get. And YouTube itself, for literally every single part of the writing process, has been so helpful. So my advice would be dive into the YouTube video essays. They're super, super helpful. And if you're like me, like I like to like go around on walks while listening to stuff. I find it hard to be for myself to be sedentary for so long. So definitely just so many amazing YouTube documentaries. That would be my advice.
Thank you. All right, we're going to let someone speak again because they've been waiting for a while. One of our fantastic backstage pass people, Mighty Midget.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hold on.
We can hear you. We'll move.
Hello, what is the question?
Okay, I was wondering how quickly or how slow does it take you to write a song for a certain character?
Oh, that's a great question. To be honest, it really depends on the character. Okay, so here's the thing. For example, Poseidon right now, Poseidon I would easily say is the hardest character for me to write in Epic, because the times that I show him are very limited, but they're also very specific, right? However, songs for Polites, for example, that was so much easier and so much it felt just natural to write that because it was just pure emotion and purely trying to make this like moment very happy. Specifically the song Your Light. So it really depends on the character. I think the more godly characters end up taking me closer to a month or more, whereas I remember writing Your Light within a week. So I would say averaging around 3 weeks.
That's impressive.
All right, thank you very much. Very, very good. Good question. All right, we're going to move on to another one from chat. So this is from Imagine Nation. Sorry if I'm butchering pronunciation. She asks, what do you think the costumes will be like for interest and fan art reasons? More classic, or do you want to give them a little spin?
Oh, that's actually a cut song, a deleted song. Your Light.
I get really excited when I think about the costumes because the same mentality that is being applied to the music, which is the whole from more orchestral to more electronic, I'm very interested in the idea of applying that to all other aspects of the show. What I mean by that is, for example, it could be applied to the stage design, whereas, for example, the first song, we start with a Trojan horse, right? And it's, for the first half of it, it is just
humans and war and stuff. So there's a part of me that's interested in just doing practical effects, right? And then when gods come in, I'm super interested in what kind of electronic things we can apply, such as projection mapping or holograms and things like that. So that being said, I'm very interested in seeing what kind of designs people can make that apply that same mentality to the costumes. I think it'd be really, really interesting to see gods have some sort of awesome mesh between traditional Greek clothing and some sort of Tron styled outfit. And again, that's not a hill I'm dying on, but it is something I'm very interested in seeing. So yeah.
Thank you. All right, Almond, I know you're waiting to speak, but we'll do one more from chat. This is from Novicient, and he asks, what programs and resources do you use to create your instrumentals?
Is that the Royal Outburst?
So, as of right now, I'm currently using Logic Pro X as my main DAW, and I use a lot of the sounds that come with Logic Pro X. However, a lot of my more orchestral sounds actually come from Contact Factory Library, and when I'm looking for more electronic sounds, I use a plugin called Serum. So between Serum, Contact Factory Library, and just the Logic Pro stock sounds, that's most of what I use. However, if there's an instrument or a type of sound or a sound effect that I don't have access to, I'll use a website called Splice, which if you guys are like me who 2 years ago didn't know what Splice was, it's a website where you can pay credits to have access to tons of different samples. So when I was looking for the Thunderstrike samples that I used in Thunderbringer, I would like find some from Splice and then kind of mesh them together so I could use them how I want to.
Righty, thank you. All right, we're going to let Almond speak now, another one of the fantastic Backstage Pass people. Almond, yours.
Hi, so I wanted to ask, how do you like come up with the right lyrics and tunes? And like how do you like know this is the tune I want? I want the lyrics to be like this.
Well, first off, that's a really great question. Thank you so much for asking that. If I'm being completely honest, that part of the process, I judge it based on how it makes me feel. For example, I had written a song for Calypso that ended up getting cut, and the melody was something along the lines of everything we've been through, the walks and the late night talks we're into, and it was supposed to be an extremely sad moment of the show. And while the groove was fun to me, when I listened to it back, for some reason the words didn't strike as hard as I wanted to, and the music didn't make me feel as sad as I wanted it to. So then eventually, when I tried it again and wrote "Not Sorry for Loving You," at the time of writing it, I was in a very emotionally vulnerable place, and so that helped the process become a bit easier. But also, when I listened back to it, it felt real, it felt genuine. So when I'm deciding in terms of like what kind of lyrics I want, it really is a trial and error process. And I know that I've come to an answer that I'm satisfied with when I listen to it and it genuinely makes me feel something, which is part of why my process takes so long, because I tend to do a lot of cutting songs that I've written and rewriting them and rewriting them and rewriting them. But it's all in hopes to make a show that gives you guys the same emotional experience listening to it as I got while writing it.
Alrighty, perfect. Thank you, Almond, very much.
Thank you so much, Alma.
All
Thank
right,
you for
next up.
answering.
Sorry. All right. Next up, we're going to go for a question from Rob, who asks, have you read the Percy Jackson / Heroes of Olympus books by Rick Riordan?
Okay, so I remember reading the first one I don't remember if it was 8th or 7th grade, but so I did read the first one. To be honest, I barely remember it, and I keep getting recommended to the entire series again, so it is on my list, and I do want to read them because they seem very fun, and the fandom for them seems very excited about it, so. Plus, I'd like to catch up before the new series comes out.
Awesome, thank you. All right, the next one is once again from Imagination S, and she's asking if you can tell us about the Patreons, so what tiers are they going to be, and possibly how much they will be.
Awesome. Okay, so as of right now, my intention for the Patreon is for there to be 3 tiers. Or actually, before I talk about the Patreon, let me just say that regardless of the existence of the Patreon, I will still be consistently posting on TikTok, and I am in no way intending to stop.
No problem, Zone Robotnik. Thank you so much for dropping by, and you have a great date, okay?
Would just like to dive a bit deeper into the process of Epic and who are very interested in supporting it. That being said, my intention is for the Patreon to have 3 tiers as of right now. It is they're going to be called the mortal tier, the monster tier, and the god tier, just to resemble the theme of the show of when does a man become a monster. The mortal tier, if I remember correctly, gives you access to the backstage chat as well as a video, an epic related video that you will get a week before everybody else on TikTok. The monster tier will also get you access to an exclusive 1 hour live stream where I'll just be working on one of the songs and I'll go a lot deeper into the process. So you'll see a lot of the nitty gritty stuff in my process that I'm a little more reluctant to show on TikTok lives. And then the monster tier will be access to what I will call the epic shaping movie night, which is I'm a huge sponge for inspiration. And so because of that, I have to be very specific in the things that I watch and that I listen to. Which is why I'm super, super selective in terms of like what anime and what video games will I play, because I know that they will inevitably find a way into my art. And so those in the God tier will have the option to vote for what movie I will watch with them on an exclusive streaming night. And in so they will be having a small impact in how Epic is being formed, because assuming that I like the thing that we're all watching, it will inevitably find its way into the work. So you will see aspects of whatever I watch in Epic in one way or another.
Alrighty. Cheers.
That's why he was inspired by
Next up,
Hellfire from
And they
Hunchback
ask,
of Notre
if you get into
Dame.
Stump when you're writing songs, what do you do to get yourself out of it?
It's funny because the advice I'm about to give is something I actually need to do more, but it always ends up helping me out in the end when I finally do it. Usually what I try doing when I'm in a stump is I keep trying to go at it and I inevitably get more and more frustrated. And sometimes that's not the best course of action. However, when I take a step back and go consume some other form of media, whether it's an anime or a video game or a movie or a book, I think allowing my brain to take a break from being so zoomed into the work and allowing my brain to see the techniques that other writers and creators have used in their work, it allows me to come back with a sort of fresh point of view. And usually that's how I am able to get through those stumps. But by all means, they are not instant. Usually what is happening is I will try to be relentless and keep on trying to work on it. And it'll take an emotional toll on me. And it's not till I eventually decide I really need to just take a step back and learn something from somewhere else so that I can come back and tackle this, that I end up being able to pass that hurdle.
Alrighty, thank you. Next up, we got a question from. Oh my God, there are a lot of questions. All right, next up, we got a question from Neverland, and they ask, "Do you plan to make the musical a podcast musical or an actual stage musical? And if you do intend to have it be a stage musical, which I think you do, where, as in what country/state will it be in, roughly?"
Okay, so my first off, awesome question. I just hearing that gets me really excited. My intention is for it to be a staged musical. In terms of where do I want it to be shown, in a perfect world, if I had to say, and this is actually this is my goal, right? I want it to be a show that is done everywhere. I would love for Epic to be a touring show.
Please let it be an international tour.
Every major stadium, sort of like a pop artist does, right? So it would go to tours in like very major stadiums so that larger amounts of people can see it. If it ends up becoming a show that is only on Broadway.
Hey Wolf, welcome back.
Goes everywhere. Like I would love for it to go all around the States and then eventually go international. That would be the dream.
That'd be awesome, man. Thanks, Neverland, for asking that. All right, next up, we got a question from Rain, and they ask, when casting for characters, is gender specific to who you'd be more likely to choose?
I'm so sorry. Could you read the question again? I didn't hear it right.
So, when casting for characters, is gender specific? Oh, there goes my phone. Is gender specific to who you'd be more likely to choose? So, if you're casting a character, if it's a predominant, would gender have an effect on that character?
I see. That's a great question. It really depends on the character. There are a few characters in Epic.
I'm gonna polish this particular scene right now.
Being played by any gender. However, there are characters that, in my mind, are also gender specific. But also, I guess it really does depend on the production and who's doing it, because I could see people doing productions of Epic that have tons of gender bending too. But as of right now, or as of the version that I'm currently writing, there are set characters who are intended to be played by any gender.
Alrighty, thank you very much, Rain. Right, next up, and Jay, of course. Next up, we have a question from Otto, and they ask, are there any other
Hey,
ghost
Wolf.
solo songs that we haven't seen? Obviously, no spoilers, but if you're allowed to shed some light.
Oh, that's a good question. So in terms of like Olympian gods, like the big ones, I mean big ones relative to smaller named goddesses like Circe and stuff. No. However, aside from Poseidon, Athena, and Zeus, we will be seeing a song from the wind god, Aeolus, and I think the more popular pronunciation nowadays is Aeolus. So that character will be making an appearance soon. I actually do intend to show a snippet of that in maybe the coming month.
Alrighty, thank you. Yes, I'll get to you in a moment. We're just going to go for 2 more questions from chat. Okay, so from Robin, they ask, how long have you been into producing music?
How long have I been into producing music? Well, I've been writing songs since I was about 12 or 13. But in terms of actually sitting down at the laptop and trying to create it, probably when I was in freshman year of college. I actually started making digital music on my iPhone. I was using GarageBand. And I kid you not, I think I made like a solid 15 songs on there before I finally decided I should probably start using the laptop for this. So around my freshman and sophomore years, I started getting more into GarageBand on my laptop. And then eventually I made the jump to Logic Pro because a friend of mine told me Logic Pro was basically GarageBand on steroids. And that was all it took to have me sold. So yeah, it's been about, in terms of like actually orchestrating music, I would say it's been about 6 or 5 years now. 5 or 6, give or take.
All right, thank you. All right, we're actually gonna go into this one final one, then I will let Yas speak. This is from Unicorn 2y5, and she asks, do you think we will still get to see some parts of the cut songs?
Of course, yeah. In the show, no, but like in general, yeah. I think it'll be really fun to show you guys a lot of the things that got cut. It'll be a super fun way to incorporate everybody into that part of the process. Plus, there are some jams that, for dramaturgical reasons, didn't make the show, but nonetheless, they're still fun songs. I'd be more than happy to show them to you at some point. I think right now, where my current brain space is at, is I'm just super focused on the current trajectory of the show. But I do intend eventually to show you guys tons of cut songs because there are so many, and it's so great to see.
Thanks, Wolf.
You can literally see how the show has evolved over time from those cut songs. We have songs where, like, we have cut Calypso songs. We have several cut Athena songs, cut Eurylochus and Odysseus songs, entirely cut characters and plot lines. There's so many cut songs, and so yeah, I do intend to eventually show those, and I'm really excited.
Traumatized Jesus.
All right, now we're gonna let Yas speak. So Yas, the stage is yours.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, how's it going?
Okay, great. So I actually have 2 questions.
Sweet.
So the first one is if which is probably not in the, with is maybe if the musical does go as planned and is put into a stage show and stuff like that, do you think that if it came to different countries, do you think you'd want to keep it in the same, in English, or do you think you'd be open to change the language to because the problem that I have seen occur is with Germany. So I'm from Germany, and a lot of musicals.
Hello, that's so cool.
Thank you. So a lot of musicals are changed to be in German to appeal to the German musical watching audience because unfortunately
a lot of people comment that my design for Odysseus looks like Jesus.
People go and watch musicals because not many young people just have, I don't know, $80 lying around to go watch a musical. Which is also the unfortunate reason why, for example, Kinky Boots, the musical, I don't know if you're familiar, did not take off in Germany at all because it just didn't have the audience, because mostly older people who go watch musicals are still a bit conservative when it comes to different things, and that's unfortunately why Kinky Boots, for example, had a very short run. But I think that
I know, right?
would be a broad theme that many people
Trust me,
would
this
be
is a
interested in.
really
So
long
maybe,
question.
adapting it to a different language at some point.
First off, that's
a lot of
super great-
talking. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
no worries. I'm super happy about how excited you are about it. Well, long answer short, yes, I would be interested in translating Epic to other languages in the future, because at the end of the day, I do want as many people as possible to be able to experience Epic.
He's really shooting her
Honestly, I
shot,
would love
you
to
know.
hear Epic in German. That would be cool. I don't think I could. I don't know if I could do Odysseus or any of the characters in that production, but I'd still love to see it. It would be super cool to have an entirely different cast and hear it in a different language and see if the musicality is changed. or
Yeah,
how-
absolutely.
Yeah, so yeah, I would be interested in that. I do want as many people as possible to see it.
Awesome. And I've unfortunately forgotten my other question, so if
You forgot her other
pops up in my
question.
brain, I'll just raise my hand again. But
Awesome. Okay, well, I look forward to it.
awesome. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Righty, next up, we've got quite an interesting question from Mookies, hope I pronounced that right. And he asks, the song that goes, the late night talks we're into, now that I don't mean a thing to you, what was that called? I need a name to my favorite song.
Oh, okay. Give me 1 second to find out. Also, I'm sorry to say this, but that song was
In
the best.
Odysseus's
That's
words,
the
Wolf.
song I was talking about.
No! One man show.
The name of that song.
And then he hits the Cersei notes.
The name of the song was "Belong to You" because they were fighting. I think it was because Odysseus's punchline, and the second verse was him saying that he does not belong to Calypso, even though he appreciates how much she has helped him emotionally throughout the years.
Alrighty, thank you. Z, this is a question from Z, and they ask, what do you plan to do after you finish Epic?
That's a great question. Right now, as of this moment, my intention is to, once I have finished creating, like, let's say it's the final draft, right? Like, I've done my revisions, I know exactly where I want the script to be. I think I would like to make a professionally recorded, I say concept album, but I would hope it sounds like a straight up cast album, right? And at the same time as I'm doing that, I would probably try to take steps forward towards actually getting Epic on stage somewhere. The sooner, by the time I finish the draft, after I finish the final revisions of the script, the sooner I can get it on stage, the more happier I will be to do so.
Alrighty, thank you. Fandom X, I know that you've requested to speak, but you've also asked a question in chat. I don't know if they're two different questions. If you can reply to my message, that'd be great. I promise we won't skip you. We'll come back to you in a second. If you reply to that, that'd be great. All right, this is from random person H2O, and she asks, this is more of a personal question. When you switched from medicine to musical theatre, did you find that process particularly difficult? And were there any people that made the process easier or harder for you? And how has that influenced the writing you've done for Epic?
Oh, that's a great question. I remember the day that I switched from pre-med to theater. I remember I was sitting in the office of my advisor, and my legs.
Thank you, Snowflame.
So
Thank you.
And if I'm being completely transparent, things got a little difficult, personal relations wise. Got a little difficult during that time of my life because I kind of switched impulsively. Don't get me wrong, I do not regret it whatsoever. And if I could go back, I would do it again. But in hindsight, maybe I could have talked to my family first before switching, and then having them find out a month after I switched. So yeah, but however, the people that stay with you during those times, the people that still support you after you've made those difficult.
Would I be doing Monster? Probably in the future, but I feel like the next animatic I'll do of the Underworld Saga is it's gonna be Underworld. Definitely Underworld.
So I would say, yeah, and also the people that leave are the ones that end up making it more difficult as well. So yeah, it becomes a rocky road, but for anybody who finds themselves in a similar position, it is also one of the most rewarding things I've ever done. Actually, no, I would say it is the most rewarding thing I've ever done in my life, switching from medicine to theater. because now every day when I wake up, I know exactly I'm doing what I want to do. The last thing I think about before I go to sleep is the lyrics of the song I'm gonna be writing the next day, or how I'm gonna try to make Poseidon feel like an anime villain, or how I'm gonna make Athena the coolest character ever. So yeah. Uh, so yeah, sorry, go for it.
Oh, nice. If you want to say more, feel free. But sorry, I thought you finished. Anyway, we'll go to the next one. Thank you very much, Jay, and the person who asked that.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was taking
one
medicine
invite
before
Jorge
this.
crashed stage, and they have a question for you.
I'm glad he made the switch.
Hi. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, how's it going?
Okay, hi. So, sorry if I stutter a little bit. I'm a little nervous. So.
No worries, no worries. I'm nervous too. It's okay. We can all be nervous together.
So, my question is, as it's related to film. So I know that you're almost done with the first cut of the show, which is very impressive. So
Thank you.
Say that, but as someone who's interested in film, would you possibly consider making Epic into a film? I know that you said that I was going to be into a stage musical, but maybe longer in the run, would you consider making it into a film of some sorts?
Oh yeah,
if that spoils anything.
Oh no, for sure. I'm happy to answer that one. The inner nerd in me is gushing right now because I would love for Epic to be literally everything. Like if they're like I would love for Epic to become a live action musical movie.
Epic the video game.
One of my super internal goals is I want for Epic to become an anime musical at some point too. A rhythm video game, like all of the possible mediums in which we can experience Epic, I am super excited for. Even like a VR experience. So long answer short, yes. I would be super excited to make a musical movie of Epic in the future. And honestly, I hope that all those things do become of it.
I don't think there's been an anime series that's a musical. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I love anime, but I have never seen an anime series, not movie, series that's a musical.
Oh, okay. So for the longest time, it was I think it was The Boy and the Boar.
Let Epic be the first.
It's the song where Athena speaks about meeting Odysseus, a younger version of Odysseus. For the longest time, it was that. But oh my gosh, I have to say, right now, it's a tie between two songs. The first one being Thunderbringer, which is Zeus's song. The reason for that is the ending of that song is I think it's going to have everybody in shock. I can't say anything else as to why, but it's one of my favorite moments in the show. And then the other one is actually from a song that I haven't shown on TikTok yet, and I can't explain the plot of it, but all I can say is it happens at the beginning of Act 2, and it is that and Thunderbringer are probably my favorite moments in the show. My favorite character, however, is Athena all day, every day. I love her. The same way Odysseus gushes.
Hi, Cos. I think what I mean is anime, not anime like Western anime, but Japanese anime. I mean, there's some music themed anime, but I've never seen one that's like Broadway musical-ish. You know?
From Fluky, and she asks, "Has your life?"
Oh man, that would be that would be crazy, Leon, if that happens.
Yes, I've made some amazing friends in the last. How long has this Discord server?
Oh yeah, Krishna. I also love Underworld. My gosh.
It's been 2 weeks and
Hey, Christoph. Yes.
So,
Mr. Brocus.
About the Discord now there's like another way for me to engage with everybody, with the community of that.
Thunderbringer. Oh my god.
It's so fun. Seriously, I talked to the admins.
Zeus is like such a horn dog in Thunderbringer.
To one of the voice chats on Discord and just to say hi to anybody who's around. So in that regard, yeah, my life, it has changed my life. It's really awesome.
Dude, I only slept for 3 hours. Because it dropped in my country at 12 midnight. So I haven't been able to sleep much.
I get to see people analyzing the music for Epic or making theories of what they think is going to happen in the end. And I'm so glad I made this Discord. I'm so thankful for all of the admins and the interns. You guys are amazing.
Very kind. But thanks for the question. Very, very good. All right, next up we have a question from Mookie's, and he asks, what songs do you regret cutting? And will we get to hear the cut? We did say, yeah, we'll get to hear the cut songs after Epic is done. So what songs do you regret cutting?
Oh,
And what about
well, I'm glad you're
the
feeling just a little bit better, Krishna.
Oh, okay, so there's this one song. There is this one song called "The World Was a Better Place," and I was writing it. It was something I wrote when I had written my very early draft of the Lotus Eaters, not like way before TikTok, not the draft of the Lotus Eaters that I was writing when I was on TikTok. And that song, the reason it got cut was because it felt a little too far away from the main storyline. Like it didn't really add anything to the main story. It kind of just felt like a side quest. But it's in terms of just raw emotion, it is one of my favorite songs I've ever written, at least for Epic. Just to give you guys the plot, it was about a character called Paramedes, who is no longer major character in Epic, and his experience with the Lotus Eaters. And yeah, I sometimes hear it and think like, oh man, I really wish there was a place for this song, but I do eventually want to release it to you guys just so you guys can hear it. There's a part of me that is interested in releasing, like, I don't mean like I just mean like in terms of like how to call it, like calling it DLCs, right? But it's actually just like extra side plots that I didn't include in the show or things like that. I think that'd be a fun little way to make Epic feel more like a video game.
That would be awesome.
I was on mute again. Sorry guys, I was talking and I was on mute. Sorry. So I was just saying how yeah, my parents don't really appreciate Epic as much. They don't really appreciate a lot of musicals. I think the only musical they appreciate is the 2004 Phantom of the Opera movie. But other than that, I tried to get them into Hamilton, but yeah, that was an exercise in futility, and I doubt that they'll be into Epic. But I'm just glad that my husband is. Sorry, you guys.
I'm a theater kid. Of course I will.
Yeah, my husband's a theater kid. Thunderbringer. Someone is. I love Thunderbringer. I do plan to turn that into an animatic because there's only one animatic for Thunderbringer, you guys. There's only one, and I want to do my take on it. But Zeus is such a horn dog. Seriously. let me play the thing again. What's most favorite song? Underworld for me, hands down. Underworld. It's just an emotional gut punch for me. So let me just play this again.
Thank you very much, Mookie and Jay, for the question. All right, next up, we're going to invite someone back into the stage. We've got Robin. Robin, the stage is yours. Robin, you got to. Oh, I said. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
Hi. The question's already been kind of answered. But for people who live somewhere else, like I live in the Netherlands, which is quite a ways off, I physically cannot go and see the musical on Broadway or somewhere in America. And for musicals like Hamilton, it took quite a few years for it to be like officially recorded, and most musicals don't even get like a good recording. Would you be open to like showing it to others in like either a different medium or some sort of recording that's better than like bootlegs for people who can't go and see?
Oh, I love Warrior of the Mind. My favorite Athena song by far.
In fact, to be completely transparent, the way I'm looking at Epic now in the back of my head is I'm trying to figure out ways that I can make the spread of Epic as large as possible, so that so to be honest, I'm no longer thinking only New York, because I would love for people who don't have access to New York and Broadway to be able to see the show, right? Because not everybody can just out of the blue book a flight to New York, get the hotel room for 2 days, and then get tickets to a show that might already be sold out months before, right? I'm not saying that's going to be the sake for Epic. I just mean like that's happened in my experience where I try to go to New York and it just becomes so difficult to watch certain shows. So yes, I would be interested in finding other mediums in which we can show Epic to everybody. What exactly those are yet, I'm not sure, but I'm open to all kinds, and I'm currently looking into ways to get as many people all around to be able to experience Epic as possible.
I think Epic is just gonna be a sold out show. I'm sure of it.
Alrighty, so for our next question, I, as a semi-theatre kid, don't fully understand this question, but I will answer it. I'm sure it will make sense to you, Jay. Do you ideally see Epic as using a proscenium thrust or a stadium stage?
Stadium. For some reason, the idea of like, I get really excited at the idea of it's in a stadium, and then the show starts on like a very low rumble, and then the audience can like see. I would love for it to just feel like as large scale, as interactive, as epic as
Rah,
possible.
rah, rah.
As of this moment, my gut says stadium, but I'm sure I'll have to at some point figure out schematics for both types.
Almost like a Coliseum style feel.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun too.
Got you.
Thank you very much. So I'm not sure if this question's referring to something that's already been answered, but Imaginations has asked, could you imagine doing a pro shot, especially if the touring doesn't work out?
For sure. Yeah. To be honest, so to be completely transparent, even though I would be super down for a lot of these, I think it also depends on like commercial producers and like who else is investing in the project at the end. Because they will probably have a lot of say into that as well. Also, like in terms of who owns copyrights for a certain version of the piece, things like that. Those all have to be taken into account when we get to that moment. But I do want for eventually for there to be a pro shot of the show.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Right, next up we've got a question from Pug the Olympian, and they are going to ask,
Not sure
are there
I'm
YouTube
aware.
channels you recommend to learn about music production / music theory?
Wait, I think I've heard that name before, but I'm not sure about the context.
So I don't have any specific usernames off the top of my head, if I'm being honest. A lot of the times I'll kind of go and blind, because a lot of times I'll be looking for like different aspects of things, like whether it's how can I imitate this one composer, like how can I imitate like a Hans Zimmer score in this one song? How can I make this this part feel like Inception, for example?
Hey, there's no shame in lurking. It's totally fine, you guys.
It's very rare that in terms of the musical production, I linger on one specific YouTube artist. However, if you have a question later on like specific YouTube channels for story structure or just writing stories in general, I do have a couple.
Okay, now you guys got me curious. I'm gonna look her up later.
Right, thanks so much. We're going to get back to the people in speaking in a couple moments. We're going to just go through a couple more questions. Yes, if you can very kindly waiting. Floofy asks, will there be like, I don't know how else to call it, an album that we'll be able to buy or something for those who like binge listening?
Oh, I hope so. Yeah, that is yes, there will be an album for Epic. There will be an album. I think right now the earliest type of album I could imagine would be what I'll call the concept album, which is basically I'm hoping that after I finish like the final draft, or at least after I have a draft of Epic that I'm happy about, I will try to professionally record an album in hopes that we can get more people to actually hear the whole show. But yeah, and even if, let's assume it takes like a very traditional route and ends up on Broadway, even after that, there would be a Broadway original cast for that too. So yes, there will definitely be Epic on Spotify one day.
All right, we're going to do one last text and go back to the people speaking. Iron Ducklings asks, you mentioned maybe writing an Iliad musical in the future. If you do, would you be writing it as a tie-in to Epic, like with character portrayal, etc.?
Could you say the second half of that question again?
Yeah, it's Turd Octopus.
Would you be writing it as a tie-in to Epic, such as with character portrayals, etc.?
Yes, I do intend to write an Iliad musical in the future, or at least as of right now, I do. Fun fact, actually, Epic was supposed to be Act 1, the Iliad, and Act 2, the Odyssey, but it was way too much to fit into... Well, at least it was way too much to fit into the one musical without not doing everybody justice. So there are songs that I had intention for the Iliad that are actually cut, that I have like saved away, locked away. However, if I do write the Iliad, what I'm actually wanting to do is while the characters will sort of feel tied into Epic, like in a sort of vague way, I'm actually hoping that it expands upon the musical fundamentals that I laid down in Epic. What I mean by that is, in Epic, when a god appears, it is a very intense, like it does not happen super often, and the mood.
Okay, you guys, let's we can go back to this one. Wolf is requesting the Underworld Saga in the background, so yeah, I wouldn't mind listening to it. So yeah, again, this is like I don't know how many times I've listened to this. Like I've been listening to it since 12 midnight, and it's already almost 2 p.m. where I am. So let's go ahead and listen to Epic the musical. Underworld Saga. I need the playlist. No, not this one. Okay, let me just check Jorge's channel at the moment. Okay, there's the playlist. And, nope, this isn't it. Here it is.
No matter what we hear, full speed ahead until we find the prophet. My comrades, this land confuses your mind, so no matter who we find, full speed ahead until we find the prophet. Good.
I love Hermes. Same, Sarah, same.
All I hear are screams. Every time I dare to close my eyes, I no longer dream. Only nightmares of those who died. Nothing's what it seems. Nothing's what it seems. And here in the underworld, the past seems close behind. This land confuses your mind. When does a man become a monster? 558 men who died under your command. Captain, 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 why would you let the Cyclops live when ruthlessness is mercy? All I hear are screams. Every time I dare to close my eyes, I no longer dream. Only nightmares of those who died. Nothing's what it seems. Nothing's what it seems. But in the underworld, the past seems close behind. I keep thinking of the infant from that night. I keep thinking of the infant from that night.
This life is amazing when you greet it with open arms. Whatever we face, we'll be fine if we're leading from the heart. No matter the place, or we can light up the world. Here's how to start. Greet the world with open arms. Greet the world with open arms.
Oh, jeez. That voice. It can't be. Mom?
Odysseus, when you come home, I'll be waiting. Even if you're
I took too long. I can't. Oh yeah, that was an added gut punch.
Bye, Mom.
Bye, Mom.
Your past is always close behind. Down in the underworld.
Okay, I just had to pause this. Don't worry, we're gonna continue with the rest of the songs. It's just that, yes, I will definitely be making an animatic for this one. I already have an idea about where I want the direction to go. And, okay, let me just see. Let me just check the chat. Still hear me. Yeah, okay. That was a double whammy. Like, triple whammy. Like, first we hear Polites, and then we hear his mom, Auntie Clea. And then to realize that it was Jorge's mom who actually sang the line. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't. Anyway, yeah, I will be making an animatic of this one. And, I already, like, also another thing, guys. It seems that the spirits of of in Hades can't see the living. Except, of course, for Tiresias. But, like that line from Odysseus where he says, I'm right here, Mom. Can't you see I'm waiting? Something like that. So it's so sad. Like the way I picture it in my head right now is that his mom is singing, and then because I think Odysseus will realize that the dead can't see them from Polites. I don't think Polites sees him. So it's like okay, let's listen to that particular line again. Hold on. Let me just see. Okay. Yeah, Rivera-Herrans. Yeah. I did think it was Penelope at first, to be honest, but I was like, no, that can't be. Penelope's alive. And then it was his mom. Hold on. Let's hear it again. Let me just fast forward a bit. I'm right here, Mom. Can't you see? I'm waiting. I can't. Okay, it's just too sad. I can't continue. Okay. I'm teary-eyed right now, you guys. But seriously, oh, sorry. You guys can hear that? Can we lower the volume, love? Yes, my son is watching Octonauts. They were asking, are you watching Octonauts in the background? Yes, my son is watching Octonauts. But I feel like also it was pointed out. I think I saw someone point out that someone pointed out that the people in the underworld are actually singing like possibly the last song they ever sung before they died. If you think about it, like the men in from the underworld, the chorus, Captain, Captain, Captain. Why would that was practically one of the last things that they sung. And of course, Policy sang Open Arms, and then his mom possibly sang that song like she's really waiting for Odysseus. Let's see. Okay, let's take a little bit of a break from that from that song, that sadness. We'll get back to it. We will get back to it. But I'm gonna play for you guys something here. Hold on. Yeah, I feel like that's the case. Like, if you think about it, it's their last song. Like, and they can't even see the living anymore. The living can see them, but they can't see the living. I can't. Okay, woo. Palate cleanser. Let's go for something lighthearted. So let me show you guys something here, and we'll get back to listening to Underworld Saga again. Okay, let me just get back here.
Our story begins with the Troy Saga. Song 1, The Horse and the Infant. Odysseus and the Greeks are sacking the city of Troy after a 10-year-long war. But then Odysseus has a vision of someone stabbing him. Zeus, the king of the gods, descends from the heavens and shows Odysseus the baby son of the prince of Troy. And he says that the baby's going to grow up and take revenge on the families of everybody who was involved with the sacking of Troy, including Odysseus' family. And so Zeus is like, look, man, you gotta get rid of him. And Odysseus is like, I hear you, but I would literally do anything else if possible. But Zeus is like, nah, man, sorry, you gotta do it. I don't make the rules. I mean, I do, but Song 2, Just a Man. Odysseus doesn't want to end the baby, and so he contemplates what makes a man versus a monster. And the end of the song is kind of ambiguous as to whether Odysseus spares the infant or not. Song 3, Full Speed Ahead. We meet the crew. But sadly, they're out of food, and Odysseus doesn't really want to raid any more cities. So instead, he finds a nearby island, and he takes Polites with him to do some solo recon. Song 4, Open Arms. Polites is like, yo, I know you're feeling guilty because of whatever you did in the war. However, I think you should greet the world with open arms, and that'll make you feel less guilty. And then they meet the Lotus Eaters. So Odysseus is like, yo, stay back. But Polites is like, whoa, what did I just say about open arms? Relax. And so the Lotus Eaters give them food, but Odysseus is like, wait, no, Polites, don't eat that. It's actually lotus fruit. It's bad for you. But then Polites is like, all right, let me try this again. Hey, Lotus Eaters, where else can I get some food? And the Lotus Eaters are like, oh, yo, there's a cave nearby. It's a cave with tons of food in it, and there's nothing sketchy about it, and it's definitely not the home of a Cyclops. So Polites is like, see, open arms. This is what we get. And Odysseus is like, yeah, okay, fine, open arms. Song 5, Warrior of the Mind. Athena pops into Odysseus' head and is like, yo, that's not very warrior of you. Allow me to take you into a flashback that is also exposition for the audience so that you are reminded what kind of person, what kind of warrior you're supposed to be. And then she's like, all right, now don't disappoint me.
I'm still gonna be doing the other sagas, you guys, so don't worry about it. I'm gonna complete this one. So let's just do some more lighthearted stuff here. Hold on.
I am the monster, rah, rah, rah.
This is the best song of the Underworld Saga.
I am the monster, I am the monster, I am the monster, rah, rah, rah.
Let me see what else I have here. I'm gonna show you guys an update as well with
What if I'm the monster? What if I'm in the wrong? What if I'm the problem that's been hiding all along? What if I'm the one who killed you every time I cave to guilt? What if I've been far too kind to foes, but a monster to ourselves? What if I'm the monster?
Okay, I was on mute again. So how did I do this? It's actually like my avatar that I'm using. So yeah, that's how I do it. I created the Odysseus avatar and I made it into a puppet basically. So let me just give you a preview of the other animatic I'm working on, which is the challenge Penelope's song. I'll prepare something in the meantime. Okay, here you go. I'm supposed to choose a suitor to wear the crown. I said I would choose as soon as I weave the shroud. They don't know that every night I unthread all the work I've done. 'Cause I'd rather lie than allow them to think they've won. Though I never thought I would resort to this. Just know I'll be here. But I don't know how much longer I'll last since I saw that storm. And though it was so close to our kingdom, it was far from the norm. Unless, oh, could it be some kind of sign that my world is all about to change? Is it finally time for the challenge I arranged? Though I never thought that it would come to this. Just know I'll be here buying you time. Let the arrow fly once you know that your aim is true. 'Cause I'd rather die than grow old without the best of you. Though I never thought that these would be the lengths we'd go for love, I wouldn't have it any other way. And though I just know I'll be here, waiting, waiting, Okay, let me just okay, so about that one, so I actually debated within myself whether or not I was going to use Anna Casey's vocals. Anna Casey is the one who's cast as Penelope, by the way. She has just an amazing voice. She tried to audition for Calypso, but Jay saw potential in her and cast her as Penelope instead. So it all turned out great. Unfortunately, the only audio we have available of the song is recorded from a phone that's recording a laptop. I'm guessing Jay's laptop. So I tried to clean up the audio, you guys. I know a bit of audio editing. I tried my best to clean up the audio. There was just no salvaging it. And that's why I used my own voice as a placeholder, at least until we get the full HD audio, which probably won't be until a very, very long time. In the meantime, let me just get something here. I kept forgetting. Let me see. I think I have it here. Oh, my son is being very noisy. Hold on. So let's get back to the live stream. So we don't know who I already have my guesses on who they cast as Scylla. Like yeah, yes, I actually did do that. I designed Scylla, and I also voiced the cover for yes, I did sing Scylla as well. um that's why I mentioned to you guys earlier that I record at like 3 in the morning, and my parents in the morning were like, "Can you just please keep it down? We're trying to sleep." But it's the only time I could record without anyone disturbing me. So yeah, let me see if I can find that Scylla design that I had. I made. Hold on. Okay, it's this one. It's a pretty big file, so it's loading right now. Hold on. Okay. My software is freezing up a bit. No, they did not confirm. Jay did not confirm yet who is voicing Scylla. Did not confirm even who voiced Telemachus. Like, hold on. Hold on, you guys. Okay, so they did. Jorge didn't even confirm that Mason was voicing Tiresias until just a few days ago, and there's no confirmation yet on who voices Scylla. I have my guesses. We don't know yet who's voicing Telemachus. Who else? Who else? Probably some of the name suitors we don't know yet. How are they gonna have not one but multiple Cyclops on stage? I'm guessing Jay's gonna have like a projection. That's my best guess right now. So yeah. So this is my Scylla design that I created, because Scylla is supposed to have like Hydra heads or something, 6 behind her, and then she's gonna have like a skirt, a waistband of dogs in her hip area. So yeah, this is actually how Scylla is described in the myths. But my husband said maybe you should add like a mouth that opens and closes in her abdomen, so that's why it's there. I'm not sure who voices Polyphemus though. I'm not sure. Hey, Kule Yuji, welcome to the live stream. Oh, this is actually my source file for King. Okay, this is King, and good to have large puppets. Puppets would be awesome, you guys. Like, wow, like to actually have mechanical and practical effects. But I feel like that would actually be really expensive. I love Morgan Clay. I love Morgan Clay. She was one of my first exposure. I think she was the first one to expose me to Get in the Water. I think that was a big hit. That was a big hit in TikTok. Remember when I commented on this? Yeah, I did. I remember your comments. And you challenged me like, I bet something along the lines like, I bet you can't reply to every single one of my comments, and I was like, bet. and I ended up losing that bet. And Telemachus, keep your friends close. What was Telemachus in Keep Your Friends Close? I don't think so. Penelope was there. Penelope is in Keep Your Friends Close. Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna continue to play, guys. We're gonna head on to No Longer You, which is the animatic that I am currently doing right now. So yeah, let's go ahead and play No Longer You, and I'll put myself on mute, and I'll try to remember to unmute myself when I'm talking.
I see past and future running free. There is a world where I help you get home, but that's not a world I know. What? I see a song of past romance. I see the sacrifice of man. I see portrayals of betrayal and a brother's final stand. I see you on the brink of death. I see you try your final breath. I see a man who gets to make it home alive, but it's no longer you.
This can't be. We've suffered and sailed through the toughest of hells. Now you tell us our efforts for nothing.
I see your palace covered.
Yeah, it's okay. I know I'm muted.
Faces of men who had long believed you're dead. I see your wife with a man who is haunting, a man with a trail of bodies.
Woo!
I see a song of past romance. I see the sacrifice of man. I see portrayals of betrayal and a brother's final stand. I see you on the brink of death. I see you try your final breath. I see a man who gets to make it home alive, but it's no longer you.
Okay, so Odysseus really missed. He really misinterpreted the prophecy. Dude, it's you! It's you! Oh, I'm excited to do the ending Snowflame. I have an idea. Like, you know that if you caught Jay's live stream, the idea that the Animatic creator, the animator for that part of the song had was actually pretty much the same as my idea. So I'm gonna have to change mine to something else. I'm pretty excited on delving into that. I'll probably I will likely be talking to my husband because he provides me with a lot of great insight and he's my sounding board basically for these animatics. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do my best to make it really epic, for the lack of a better term. And animatic of this song months ago. I'm very glad to hear it now completed with Mason's vocals. Yes, me too. And I will be okay. Let me just make some stuff here. The reason why I'm polishing this one is because I wanted to add some special effects. Hold on. I initially thought that was Aeolus, you guys. I thought it was Aeolus who tried to warn Odysseus that the men were opening the bag. Apparently it was Penelope. It's awesome. Hold on. So I'm gonna go ahead and play Monster now. Oh, in regards to the animatic, if you guys saw that, it seems that they did not add the other spirits until towards the end of the animatic. But in my case, I'm actually gonna add it as soon as the chorus comes on. The spirits are gonna come out, because I don't know if you guys saw what I had with No Longer You. Let me just put it over here. Let me just Because the way I interpreted it is Tiresias is in this cave, right? And Odysseus found him. He's actually at the edge of a sort of not exactly a cliff. Hold on, let me just fast forward this. Okay, yeah. So as you can see here, it's sort of the edge of something. So I'm thinking like the way I interpreted it is that the one at the bottom is actually like a river. I don't know if it's maybe the river Styx are part of the river Styx, and the spirits are just swimming around there. So when it comes to like oh my God, he's having a full blown meltdown. Hold on. Very good, baby. Breathe. Breathe.
Try again.
Try again. So that's how we've been getting my son to calm down. We've been asking him to breathe deeply after he has a meltdown. And so far, yeah. Thank you, Leon. Thank you so much for being in the live stream. Thank you. Thank you. So to continue, so this is how I interpreted it. So they're actually in a cave. And that's part of the river Styx. I don't know. Just some primordial underworld soup or pool where the spirits are just hanging out. And then once the chorus comes in, they're going to come out. And they're going to sing along with Tiresias in the background. That's how I imagined it. And for sure, I am going to come up with something. I'm going to do my best to come up with something that's completely different. So this is okay. Let me just play that again. Hold on. Let's just go ahead and play it. Hold on. That part with the feet is not gonna be there anymore because it's yeah, I'm gonna have to cut that to match the timing of the audio.
With the answers you seek,
no problem, Micro Packy.
I see past and
no
future
problem. Thanks for hanging
running
out.
free. There is a world where I help you get home, but that's not a world I know. What? I see a song of past romance. I see the sacrifice of man. I see portrayals of betrayal and a brother's final stand. I see you on the brink of death. I see you try your final breath. I see a man who gets to make it home alive, but it's no longer you.
I know I said that this was hold on. I know that I said that this won't be like released until May, but it's likely I'll be releasing it as like hopefully before the 30th. So we'll see. Be sure you're subscribed and notified, you know, just to make sure that you are able to catch the premiere. And who sang there? It was Mason, but that wasn't the full HD audio yet because I released this preview of the Animatic a few days back. So I had to take Mason's audition tape or audition clip from TikTok, and I grabbed the audio from there and I mixed it in with what was released by Jay a few days back. So it's not like the final audio. So I'm just going to hold on. Let me just scroll back here. I actually made a few changes. Hold on.
Can't be. We've suffered and sailed through the toughest of hells. Now you tell us our efforts for nothing.
I see your palace covered in red, faces of men who had long believed
I just gotta play this part. I love that part. I should put that as my ringtone. Angry little owl, aren't you? Okay, hold on. Let me just scroll back to where. You just go back here. Hold on. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna continue creating. I'm gonna continue up until I finish with this the spirits. So in the meantime, I am going to be playing again I'm gonna be playing the Q&A again that we were watching earlier. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play that so we can have more insights to the future of Epic.
Friends!
What I'm actually wanting to do is while the characters will sort of feel tied into Epic like in a sort of vague way, I'm actually hoping that it expands upon the musical fundamentals that I laid down in Epic. What I mean by that is in Epic, when a god appears, it is a very intense, like it does not happen super often, and the mood of the musical changes because there's a god in everybody's presence, right? In the Iliad, though, it's like God games on steroids. Gods are coming in all the time. So what I'm hoping is that it's kind of like if I made like a video game after the first one and I take all of the controls and all the little skills from that game and I expand upon them. That's actually what I intend to do when I eventually write the Iliad musical. Since a lot of the characters from the Iliad, I purposefully I don't like remove them from Epic, but I try to keep Epic feeling super self-contained. Like they'll make references to the Iliad, but we won't get like any super explicit flashbacks to like major moments of the Iliad. I'm hoping that I can really expand upon those when I write the Iliad musical. There's one idea that I have in mind of the mission where Diomedes and Odysseus go out. I think it's to do some recon and then they capture a.
Yeah, it's possible that it was on J privated it. But I managed to.
I'm hoping that when I do that, it can have like.
I'll keep myself on mute.
To the Odysseus version in Epic, so things like that get me really excited.
That would be awesome. All right, next up, we're gonna. Hopefully, I believe Yas has remembered her question, so I'm gonna invite her back.
Sweet.
I have, yes.
You're back. So good to hear you again.
Yay! So Jay, you said your favorite character is Athena. Is Athena also your favorite character to write? Or is that a different character?
So I think right now my two favorite characters to write would have to be Athena and Odysseus. The reason for that is I love making Athena just so badass. It is so fun to make her so cool. Like my favorite moment in the show that is not the two that I mentioned before is an Athena moment, and I don't want to. I can't spoil what happens because it's so cool what happens. It's one of my favorite moments in the show, and she comes in and she's super badass. And so in terms of just like making that, I would say Athena. However, it has been so fun to write Odysseus's transformation because I've been very specific about showing on TikTok portrayals of Odysseus where he seems more thoughtful and he's caring. He's not necessarily the Odysseus we know he becomes. And so writing those gradual changes in him it's very, very satisfying to say the least. Because he does change. For example, if we think of like the Odysseus we hear in the song Luck Runs Out with Eurylochus, that is a completely different Odysseus than we'll see at the end of the show. Like this guy will suffer and change, and it is yeah. But it's very fun to write. It gets me excited because earlier on in the show he provides many moments of levity and comedy at times. Like I'm thinking of The Boy and the Boar. He has those funny moments with Athena. But then as the show progresses, he becomes the darker moments of the show. All of the most impactful moments of the entire show literally are because of him. He carries so much pain and death on his shoulders, and it takes a toll on him. So I love writing that. It's because it's just different than what I've been used to. So
Awesome, awesome. That already sounds very, very good.
I'm so glad you remembered the question. It was a great question.
Yeah.
Alrighty, thank you very much. All right, back to chat now. Just saying, the people who are asking chat voice questions, the only reason I'm not getting you guys as quick as the others is I know you guys have already asked questions. Incredible as they are, I will try and get to you guys as soon as possible, but I'm going to do some chat ones now. So this is from a generic user, and she asks, "Hey, one of my favorite characters so far is Hermes. Will we be seeing more of him in the show, or just the one song we have so far?"
That's a great question. So, the song that we hear from him right now, the Danger song, that happens in Act 2. In Act 1, he shows up in the middle of the Cersei saga. Also, for those who don't know, I call the epic is structured by sagas or like episodes, but I call them sagas as an homage to Dragon Ball Z. And so the Cersei saga, which is comprised of 3 songs that focus on Cersei and how she interacts with Odysseus. In the first song of that saga, Hermes does make an appearance, and it's a lot of fun. I think he helps Odysseus out with the I forget if it's pronounced moly or molly, but with the flower that he uses against Cersei. So he'll make an appearance there as well.
Awesome. Next up, we have a question from Sleepy, and this question's sort of been asked us already, but I think there might be possibly more to say, maybe not. He says, "Hey Jay, do you plan on or have any idea on future projects after Epic if it hopefully gets successful and hits off?"
As of right now, the only one that I know for sure that I want to write would be the Iliad musical. I wouldn't call it that, of course, but it would be a musical on the Iliad. Where I would expand upon.
I know, Ichigo. We have not recovered yet.
It's like I've taken all the systems from Epic, the video game. Right?
Yeah, this was 2021, so some of the songs didn't exist yet.
Mechanics and stuff, and so so right now I do want to write an Iliad musical, and I think it'll be really cool because if by then people can already come to expect, like, oh, I understand that it is electronic music for the more divine, magical, and godlike aspects of the show, or it is more stripped down orchestral music when we're dealing with like the more mortal aspects of the show. That'll be really cool to see those dynamics go crazy with each other because there's so many god and mortal moments in the Iliad, and I just get really excited about them. Like I get excited about Ares literally on the battlefield fighting people. I get excited about Achilles or Diomedes and just all those characters and the many different ways that we could make their music thanks to the foundation that we've laid down in Epic.
Alrighty, thank you very much. All right, next up we have a question from Dagan, and he asks, "Will there possibly be a tender moment?"
I agree, Ichigo. I agree.
Seduction of Zeus took place during the Iliad, but I'm hopeful, especially since Homer's description of their marriage was particularly delicate.
So if the question is whether a tender moment between them two would appear in Epic, as in the Odyssey one, to be honest, I'd probably not. I try to be very specific with the times that I show the gods, and right now the story is streamlined as such that it's super focused on everything. Every single aspect of the story is a domino in Odysseus's journey home. However, I could see a possibility for that in the future when I write an Iliad musical.
Yeah, I also thought it was Diabetes who lead the charge.
Next up, we're going to go for a question from Rob. And Rob asks, will the musical release on stage at the same time as the Spotify album, or will they release at different times? And if so, which one would release first?
I think as of right now, my immediate gut reaction is I would like to release the songs a bit first, just to get everybody hyped and so we can all like enjoy it together. And also just because I think it would take longer to get a full production on stage. So I would at the moment of saying this, I would like to release the songs first, but I don't know how that would work out. Because imagine there could also be a scenario where I finish and in a perfect row where I finish the final draft and it's like, okay, we're gonna find a way to put this show up in 6 months. So yeah, that could be the case too. And if that's the case, then I would just try to release them all together. But yeah, as of right now, my intention would be to release the music first.
Alrighty, thank you very much. The next question we have is from Cold Nostalgia, and Cold Nostalgia asks, "Just found this Discord on your TikTok. I don't know if this has been asked already, and I can't stay long, sadly. I'll just check they're still in here, as obviously if they aren't. Cold Nostalgia. Okay, they have actually left, so I am not sure
Bummer.
if they. I might leave that question
We're
just because.
recording this so they can listen
Yeah,
to that.
I'm eager to see
yeah.
what
Oh,
others
yeah.
are planned to do with their animatics. I'm excited.
I don't know if this has been asked already, and I can't stay long, sadly. But have you always been into musicals and singing? And have you ever been an actor? After stalking your website, I am intrigued.
That's a great question. Um, I was definitely always into music. I remember the way I got into singing was my parents put me in a choir. It was the first grade choir, and I was in kindergarten. And they were like, "No, you have to try to jump into this choir and join, so you can learn. You're gonna love it. You're gonna have a great time singing and stuff." So I ended up doing that. In terms of musicals, my first ever musical, I didn't really get into musicals until I was, I think, like sixth grade. So like it was a production of Into the Woods, and I was playing Prince Charming. So yeah, but ever since then, my relationship with musicals has been I want to say complex, but in reality, it's just that the majority of my inspirations come from other mediums, and I find a joy in using aspects of those other mediums into musical theater, right? But I do like musicals. My favorite ones probably would have to be, off the top of my head, my favorite ones would have to be Into the Woods and Hamilton. Yeah.
Yes, musicals. All right, next up, we have a question from Shaka Solis, and he says, "Hey Jay, do you plan to write other musicals?" Oh, we have actually had this one. Oh, sorry, actually, no, this is different. Based on other mythologies after Epic.
Ooh, other mythologies. To be honest, I haven't put enough thought into it to be sure. Um, it does interest me, but I think that I feel like the Greek mythology musical section of my life is going to be taking a long time. It's going to take a big section of my life. Like I could see if Epic, if things go well with Epic, I could see that taking a few years of my life, and then the Iliad one taking another big chunk. Um, However, the recent God of War game has me extremely hyped about Norse mythology, but I don't know if I would immediately jump right now to that pantheon or to another kind of mythology yet.
Alrighty, thanks very much. Floofy, thank you so much for all the questions. They are brilliant. I'm afraid I am going to have to skip over this one just so we can get some of the people who haven't asked any yet. But if we do get time another time, then I'm sure Jay will be thrilled to answer them. Next up, we have a question from Orpheus, and he says, "Thanks so much for everyone for organizing this. No worries, man. Love to see it. My question is there any Greek mythology character, either who appears on Epic or not, who you'd love to write a song for?"
Oh, Hades. Hades.
Hades mention.
There was a version of God games where Hades shows up at the end and has like a very quick but beautiful moment, and I had to cut it just because one, it felt like I was reaching to find a way to bring Hades into Epic. But I hear often that portrayals of Hades in pop culture today are like an evil counterpart to how he is in Greek mythology, where he seems to be a lot more calm relative to his modern day interpretations. So I would actually love to. I would be very fascinated in writing at least a song about Hades, something with a theme of love. Those two fascinate me a lot.
Thanks very much. Next up, we've got a question from Mello, and he asks, "Are we going to be seeing more of the Charybdis fight anytime soon?" Sorry for my pronunciation there. That little clip you posted on TikTok is literally my favorite thing you've ever posted. I agree.
Oh, that makes me so happy because I was okay, sorry. Answer the question first. Yes, I do plan to show more of that. It's I'm very happy that you love that one so much because it was my first time riding in 5.4 and it was a trip. I was like, "Oh, is this even catchy? Is this going to work?" So I'm very honored and happy that you like that one so much. Yeah, I'll show more of that. I have to figure out which section to show cuz I try to space it out so that I don't like give away too many aspects of the plot all at once because I don't want to accidentally spoil something. But yeah, yeah, I'll see if I can have another snippet from the Charybdis song in the coming month or two.
Awesome. All right, the next question is, yes, Hathia. I think Hunter's put a check mark on that. I don't know if that was preliminary or was that for this.
We already covered that one.
All right, shall I ask it or not? Did we cover it?
We covered it.
Oh, all right. Sorry, Hathia. I think we've covered that one. So just for the interest of time, nothing against you. We're going to have to move on to the next one, but thank you so much for asking. The next question is from Ahab, and he asks, have you shared to us the, Hey, you have shared to us that the Lotus Eater song was on the harder side, so I have to ask, how is the Lotus Eater song going?
So as of right now, the Lotus Eaters section does not appear in Epic as of the current draft. That's not to say that I'm not current. So to be completely transparent, I am currently trying to find ways to fit it into a future draft or when I go into the revision stage. The problem is that just specifically the themes. That I'm
No, I
trying
don't
to
think he did,
show in
Fruity.
Epic and the way that I'm portraying the characters here, it was hard. I was unable to find a way that felt like it fit with all that and didn't feel like a side quest or like a sort of random turn of events. And that's nothing about the original writing or the original story. It's just how that same story applies to this specific interpretation. So as of right now, there are no Lotus Eaters in Epic. I am interested in releasing the cut songs that I had for them at some point, and I'm keeping an eye out on if there's any way to re-include them in a future revision of the script. But I'm not I'm not like dead set on making sure it comes back.
Alrighty, thank you very, very much. Next up, we have Robin. Okay, I'm so sorry once again. I'm going to skip over that question because you did already ask one, but they are brilliant questions. And I'm so happy that you guys are asking them, just in the interest of time. Next up, we're going to have to go to Rai Eugen, and they ask, just scrolled up a million miles, hang on, which song or character was the hardest to write?
Which solo character?
Sorry, which song or character?
Oh, which song? Oh my gosh, Poseidon. You know, for the longest time, I thought it was Cersei. But honestly, that was just because the style of music for Cersei is very different from a lot of the other songs in Epic. Like it comes in super.
Aw,
cool.
thank
It's,
you. Thank you, Ichigo. Thank you.
Poseidon, oh my gosh, it is. Ruthlessness was the 4th draft of completely different Poseidon songs. As in, I had tried writing a Poseidon song. It sounded like a Kanye West song at one point. It didn't work. I tried something else. It wasn't catchy.
Yeah, I hope to catch you in future live streams, Wolf. Thank you.
Finally,
have a great night.
Just hit me in one weekend. And I'm
Yeah,
having a
Hera is
similar-
unknown.
I'm having a similar
Aphrodite has been cast.
Act 2 song. Song number 34. I have a current draft of Poseidon song in Act 2, but there's a part of me I'm currently looking into rewriting it just because I want it to be scarier and I want it to do the character itself justice. So definitely Poseidon, I would say, was the hardest one. Then followed by Cersei and Calypso. I would say they're tied.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Going on to the final questions now. For all the people in VC, I'm so sorry for Mighty Midget Fandom and Unicorn. Just because you guys have already asked questions, I'm afraid we're probably not going to have time to get to you, just to finish these last people who sadly didn't get questions. Now we're going to go to Benny. And Benny, he asks, how many
Welcome
of the
back,
12 Olympians do you
Christoph.
plan to have songs for?
So complete songs for you'll only see songs from in Epic, you will only see complete songs for Athena, Zeus, and Poseidon of the Olympians. However, in God games, we will also see Apollo, Hephaestus, Aphrodite, Ares, Hera, and Zeus in that order, I believe.
Awesome, thank you very much. The next question, we're going to go for this one and then one more, and then I'm afraid that's all enough time for tonight. The next one is from Artifexy, and she asks, are there going to be any songs when Odysseus is on, I'm going to butcher this, Phaeacia? Phaeacia, it's an island, I think. And what sort are you thinking of, if there are, a Nausicaa song, a song for the games, etc.?
As of right now, so the two major points of the story that are cut are the Lotus Eaters and Nausicaa, basically. So no, I'm trying to streamline from the point where he goes from Calypso to back to Ithaca. yeah.
Alrighty, and for our final question of the night is from Ash, and she asks, "Do you have more of these Suitor songs to share? What we've heard so far is incredible."
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, I do intend to show more of the song Little Wolf in the future. In the near future, I'll probably show the first verse and chorus of that, including the suitors and from the it's like it has continuous and stuff. The thing is, in the next 5 songs is when I'll actually be writing them because I'm currently on song number 36, right? And I believe 37 or 38 was when we'll get to see the suitors again, but with Odysseus in the picture now. So I still have to write those ones, but once I do, you'll probably be the first people to hear about it.
Awesome. Well, just final thing, I just want to point your attention to this, Jay, just because how brilliant it is. Artifexi's just posted an incredible piece of "Let Me Be Your Light" fan art.
I was literally about to point it out to you in epic fan art.
Absolutely
Oh my
beautiful.
gosh, I'm super pumped to check it out, right? Oh my gosh, it looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry, I don't mean to gush out over on this this call, but it looks so gorgeous. I'm going to raid that chat right after this.
Welcome to how Jay reacts to all of your arts, by the way. This is what he does.
It looks so good. Okay, thank you so much everybody for attending this Q&A. It has been so great. It's been an honor to be able to answer all your questions. I'm super excited to keep writing this stuff and to keep sharing this experience and this journey with y'all. Thank you so much again to all the admins. I really appreciate you, Hunter, Huynh, Kermit, Zoe, Aaron, Fable, Clara, Martina, and Idalia. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for making this happen. I could not have done it without you. And yeah, everybody, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.
Thank you very much, Jay.
Take care, everyone.
Okay, hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, have a good day.
So yeah, that was it. So now we know, based on this Q&A, that Jay does have plans to have this as a stage musical, perhaps an international stage musical. He also wants to do it like with several other mediums, like maybe an animation, movie, pro shot, and he is thinking about either doing practical effects for the stage or even projections, 3D projections. So that's pretty cool. Also, what else? I'm just gonna continue with this because I really want to finish this, at least this part today. And okay, let me just continue with that. Let me check if Jay actually privated that live stream. I think he did, because it's not here. He definitely privated it. Yeah, he did. He privated it. Oh, also, not exactly epic related, but sort of epic adjacent. But someone, her name is Arwen, and she's currently writing. I don't know the title yet. If it's Troy the Musical or if it's there's no exact title yet as far as I'm aware, but she's writing a musical based on the Troy side of the war. So I don't know if you guys have heard that. I think I want to give more because she's inspired from by Epic, and I want to throw more love her way. So if you guys are interested, of course we all love Epic, but you guys might also want to hear what Arwen has here. So let me just see if I can find her. No, this isn't it. This is not it. Yeah, this one. So she's writing a musical. She's adapting the Trojan War. Let me see. Where is it? There's this one. Okay, this one.
She offered wisdom in war. If you give me the one I want, you'll never lose a battle. Then came the lovely Queen Hera. She promised kingdoms and more. Tell me what you want, King, and I'll give you all of it. What
So yeah, that was by Arwen. I don't think Odysseus is gonna show up there. Well, probably just a little bit, But okay, let me just let's see. This is her TikTok. There's an underscore there. So if you guys want to give her some love, go ahead. I actually talked to her about adapting that particular song that I showed you guys into an animatic. So yes, you guys are the first one to hear it. I have been given okay, she's actually very open to having animatics made out of the stuff she puts out. So I've already talked to her, and she's lovely, and yeah, you can expect an animatic from me with regards to the Judgment of Paris. So there's something it's currently in the works. It's still in pre-production. I'm still designing the characters as of the moment, but I will be doing an animatic for that particular snippet. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. Anyway, you guys, yeah. So it's possible that Odysseus will make an appearance in her musical. I don't know. Is this Troy the musical? I'm not sure. I don't think a title has been released yet. But I'm really eager because the stuff that she has out is currently it's really good. So let me just play this for you guys. Hold on. Oh wait. Okay, I need to edit this one into. Is that linear light? Okay, I'm just changing the blending mode for this one. Vivid light. Hold on. Vivid light. Okay. I'm just gonna check the progress we currently have.
This can't be. We've suffered and sailed through the toughest of hells. Now you tell us our efforts for nothing. I see your palace covered in red, faces of men who had long believed you're dead. I see your life.
Hold on.
With a man.
Okay, I forgot to turn on the other layer. Okay, hold on. Let me see how this looks like.
Faces of men who had long believed you're dead. I see your wife with a man who is haunting, a man with a trail of bodies. Woo!
I just love jealous Odysseus so much. He's so angry. A little angry. Sorry. Oh, okay. So anyway, you guys, this has been a lot of fun, and that was the current progress that we have. I'll still be working on this offline, and I will be doing future live streams. I don't know if I can do a live stream wherein, because there's a possibility I might finish this offline. But we'll see. I know this is usually very late for you guys, so really I am so thankful for you guys for taking the time out of your day, for staying up late just to watch this live stream and to join me in fan peopling over the Underworld Saga. It's you guys are such you guys were awesome in chat. You kept the chat really active. I had a hard time keeping up. I'm glad that you guys are here. So you can expect more live streams from me in the future. Hopefully at a time that's more convenient, especially for those of you guys in the western side of the planet. So yeah. Christoph, okay. Parehas lang pala tayo. Okay. But majority of the people who actually join my live streams are from the western side of the world, so there's that. So anyway, my next live stream, I don't know if I can live stream later tonight. That's gonna be like morning, the western side of things. I'm not yet sure, but we'll see. I just do guerrilla streams, you guys. I don't really schedule streams, so be sure to subscribe and tick the notification bell so you'll be notified when I go ahead and do my live streams. Awesome to see another Pinoy in the wild. Oh my god, 4 a.m. Go to sleep for Fruity. Thank you so much for really spending your time here. Thank you, thank you. So I will see you guys again next time. This has been Gwendy from NSTD Studios, and yeah, just watch out for the stuff that I'll be putting out. I'll be putting out a lot more epic content really soon, especially with the release of the Underworld Sagas. No. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, good noon, wherever you may be. Bye, you guys. Thank you again. Bye.